This is it. Here we are. It's Friday night. We're in America. There's things going on. It's time for Friday Night Likes. It's a West Ham game show. I have questions. These guys have answers. They give me good answers. They get thumbs up. The more thumbs they get, the better chance they have of winning. The player that comes in last, there's the least amount of thumbs by halftime, will get booted. We'll probably stick him back in the chat room to raise hell with the rest of you. But that's the rules. That's what we're doing. We're looking for likes. That's how you win this game. So let's see who our contestants are. Let's start with you, Cameron. Who are you? Where are you? What are you drinking? How do we reach you on social?
So I'm Cameron, down here in Richmond, Virginia. Starting to start up a supporters group and everything down here. If you're anywhere in the area, please come by and hit me up. Would love to have you guys. We have an excellent curry truck who's diehard Hammer and everything, and so we've got good food, good booze, and everything you need. I am at CT Knows Worst on Twitter. My RVA Hammers Twitter unfortunately got banned for tweeting abuse at the board. So
I should probably give you a thumbs up for that, but we won't start right now. Mark, who are you? Where are you? How do we follow you? What are you drinking?
What's up, everyone? Mark Brooklyn, representing West Ham Philly. You can follow me on Twitter at West_Ham_Philly, on Facebook, West Ham United Philadelphia. Meeting at Stowe's Bar in Old City, second in market, just about every game, except for the 7:30 ones until we can get consistent 20 people up there. Drinking a public offering New England IPAs from Vault Brewing Company. It's a local brewery out here in Yardley, suburbs of Philadelphia. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all I got.
Good stuff, Mark. Good to see you. My neighbor, Mark, from just around the corner. Needed no introduction. Mr. Ray Force, Lord Raymundo, Ray Bagger. I don't know. You have many nicknames. Ray, who are you? Where are you? What are you drinking?
I'm at home. I've got a cup of tea at the moment. So no office because Liverpool's in a lockdown again. So the bar's shut. No serving of alcohol, unfortunately. So I'm at home. But you can see me every Tuesday, apart from Tuesday just gone because I overslept. So I forgot about that. But normally every Tuesday on Hammer the Point.
Good stuff. Ray, always a pleasure to have you. Cameron, I don't think I got to what you were drinking. I saw a can there, though. What you got, man?
Oh, absolutely. So today's harsh opinions are brought by Pocahoptis by Center of the Universe Brewing, Richmond local.
Fantastic. And I won't be biased, but I'm having a Philly Pale Ale myself, which I'm sure Mark is more than familiar with. With that, we're going to get to it here in a second, but I hear the crowd baying for blood, and they're asking, where is Wally? Where's Wally? Or where's Waldo, as it would be in the US? That's the exact same book, believe it or not. And we don't have Wally tonight because Wally is fucking around down in New Orleans somewhere, probably drinking much too much bourbon. So instead, we have a special guest, and I'll let him introduce herself.
Hello. I'm not Wally, and I'm very sorry. I want to start by apologizing. I'm not Wally. Wally's not had a makeover, although he'd look better than I currently do. But no, he's on holiday, and I am standing in, filling some rather large shoes, and I'm going to do it to the best of my abilities tonight, John.
I'm so happy to hear that, Becky. Can we take a look at some of the kit that you will be using to record the scores? I think it's fabulous. It is fabulous.
And I have a pen full of crystals. It's just full of crystals. This is what I'll be marking the likes down with tonight. I am prepared. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Fantastic. We've never been more fabulous on the show. With that, take your sparkly self and get out of here. And we're going to get into these questions right now. Question number 1, Spurs match, lads. That was one of the most satisfying comebacks, one of the most satisfying West Ham matches I think I've ever seen. Let's keep on a high. Let's keep this going. Let's think of the good memories. Name another West Ham moment that made you feel that good, and tell us all about it. Cameron.
I am going to have to go with the last match at the Berlin ground. kind of comeback victory there, and kind of same sort of deal. It was an emotional night for anybody who's loved West Ham before London Stadium, pretty much. And it's one of those things that, Winston Reid, say what you will about him, but in my opinion, he was one of the most stalwart defenders that we've ever had, one of the best kind of players as far as going forward and getting in the box and making moments and everything. And to me, him having that moment, kind of scoring that goal, putting us in the win, 100%, absolutely, that'd probably be my moment.
He did have, there was that other one where he kind of turned and shot from the edge of the box. I can't remember what match that was, but you're right. He does have a few of those goals that just kind of stick out. Mark?
Yeah, so as you know, I've been a West Ham fan for just a couple years now. So I didn't have a whole lot of the fondest memories. But I was able to think about on some of the games that we won that made me really feel good. And that was any time we beat Man U. It happened once in 22 years ago and once last year. I think we tied them in another fixture. And it's just, when you beat that team, you're just like, fuck off, Man U. Their fans are all douchebags. People who don't know shit about soccer are like, oh yeah, like I'm a Man U fan. Everyone just like defaults to Man U for no reason. So anytime that we can go in and beat Man U is always a feel-good moment. And I think last year we actually smoked them like 3-1. That was the score. So anytime that we beat Man U has always been a high for me.
That is also a correct answer. Ray?
So it actually brought me back to my first ever game that I went to live, and that was the West Ham versus Wrexham in the FA Cup. And I was only like 11 years old. It might have been younger than that. And like I was sitting on there, and we scored a goal, and I just cheered, I just jumped up, and the same thing when that goal went in, I screamed the flat down. I was just like, it's crazy! I just couldn't believe it. And I had the same emotion. Like I just felt like a kid again. Just such a great feeling. And I was like cheering. I was seeing, and it was that much of a magical moment. I could actually feel like all the West Ham fans around us, and going back seeing Tom's video where he's getting his shirt off, cheering. I was like, yes, that was me, exactly the same thing. Like maybe not taking the top off, but just running around cheering. Oh, it was crazy. It's just so magical, and you could see it with all the boys as well. They were all just jumping on each other. You had Fornals who was off on the bench jumping on each other. It was just like you could see it. Declan. If you look at the video again, you see Declan looking at Fornals. And then Fornell sort of like knocks him over someone else's foot, and he falls down, and he's still cheering. It's just like, it's just that magic in a bottle. And that is what West Ham is. It's just like West Ham is that magic moments in a bottle. It's like when we had Martin in goal against Chelsea. He kept that clean sheet, and then he just had that magic moment, and that is just West Ham, full of them little wins and little magical moments that we all get in that little bubble. And maybe that's why we're called Forever Grand Bubbles, because we always have them just magic moments.
I think Tom broke the internet this week, didn't he? I could not stop watching anything about the Lanzini goal, and I could not stop watching anything that had Tom's pasty fucking chest running around his screen. And did any of you see the 10-minute West Ham clips thing that did all the different watch-alongs, and he pieced them all together?
No.
Oh, it's fantastic. It is so good.
Yeah.
You have to go look at it. He's blurred out the game footage at this point, so you can go still watch it and everything, and you know exactly what's happening at exactly which moment and everything, and it's absolutely wonderful. My other favorite video from the weekend is there was a YouTube video of, it was some random pub in Hornchurch of like a bunch of guys that were 50 years old plus, like literally going absolutely ape shit nuts. And it's fantastic.
I don't think our supporters have felt this close together since we've been forced to separate, and that includes even hanging on for and staying up last season as well. So what a great feel-good moment. On the pitch was very good. I think there were a lot of good performances out there. And why don't you tell me who was your man of the match who wasn't named Lanzini? Tell me who it is and why. Mark, I'll start with you.
So believe it or not, and I'm kind of surprised that I'm saying this, I think it could be Cresswell. I don't like Cresswell, and I still think that he needs to be upgraded. So I want to start off by saying that. But I mean, I thought he played a great game. He kind of started the comeback. He had that ball that came into Balbuena. Lanzini's goal started from Cresswell. He whipped it in, and I think it was Kane who headed it out. So I mean, he played a hell of a game. And I think with the formation that they were in, Cresswell and Masuaku, I think he is in a better position to be successful with that formation. And I really thought he played a great game. Again, having said that, he needs to be upgraded.
Right.
I might cheat a little bit. I'm actually going to say David Moyes because I thought his second half tactics, where he made his substitutions at the right time early, because I give him a lot of stick about his substitutions, about being so late in the day. And I think he got them just about right. No, he got them spot on. Let's be honest. He got them absolutely spot on. Bringing on Lanzini at the right time, and just having them little changes. Yarmolenko was an unsung hero on that game because he just brought that little bit of touch, magic, slotting in for the second goal. Balbuena had a great header, but I thought when unexcused, none of the commentators mentioned about his header goal. It was really weird. Like, even I was just like, oh, we scored. Where did that come from? I wasn't expecting that. So I'm going to have to give it to Moyes and his tactics for the second half. I don't think he got them right to start off with, but good manager changes them and knows when to change them, and that's what he did right. So fair play.
That's a good shout, Ray. I mean, I think we've spent a lot of time on complaining about Moyes and his subs. This was one instance where you actually saw the decision make an impact. So we shouldn't complain about that at all. Cameron?
I've had a lot of toss-up on this one, actually, and I would actually end up going with Balbuena because, I mean, he started the scoring for us, and Tottenham put 3 goals in on us, and that's never a good defensive performance and everything, but, I mean, I didn't see him do anything outrageously wrong in the game. I think it was just one of those things that he got beaten on a really good ball a couple times.
I'm sorry.
What's wrong with that?
No, that was just a funny thing to say.
My point is, I don't think Diop would have done any better. I don't think Ogbonna, if they had switched positions, would have done any better.
That I can agree with. I think Ogbonna probably you could put a fault almost for 2 of those goals. He was probably a little bit unlucky with the Kane shot that went through his legs. He probably should have been covering Kane for the header as well, because there's no way Cresswell was going to match up there. But yeah, I think Fabian, he had a decent game. I think you're right. He didn't really seem to put any feet wrong, for sure. Let's look at, going back to Ray's point and David Moyes, is now the time to declare David, is this David Moyes' Claret and Blue Army? Should the supporters now be saying that? If we were at the stadium, would we be singing that? I think, Ray, I haven't started with you, so let's start with you.
I don't think we're quite there. And the simple reason is his contract. He's only got until the end of the season now. So I don't think we can say, well, this is your Claret Blue Army when you might be gone, because the owners might say, oh, well, thank you, David Moyes, but we're going to move you on and we're going to get this little shiny little toy that we've got now, or we're going to sell the club. I don't know. Fingers crossed. You never know. But he's definitely going away to win the hearts and souls of West Ham. He's done lots of good things, especially, throughout lockdown. He was doing loads of stuff. He was taking food around. He was getting to know, and he's getting the stability of West Ham in force. And I think you can see that by the work rate and the players coming in since the start of the season, where, 4-0s, a lot of people wrote 4-0s off, but his work rate was fantastic, and has been since lockdown. He deserves his position in the team. Same with Bowen. His hard work, his work rate is good. You even look at Yarmolenko, where he was upset they didn't track the player back in the last game, but this time he got back and knocked Gareth Bale off. So I seem like there's real start of sturdiness, some ironworks going in there, which is our history and what we're all about. So I'm excited. I want him to get a new contract as well. I want to say that. I'm not the biggest Moyes fanboy because I do think his substitutions are a bit wrong. His game management is not right. But hopefully this is a sign of him saying, okay, well, I've made some changes and it's worked. So let's encourage that behaviour. Let's get the fund him and say, right, more of that, please, Moyes. More of that.
Cameron, where are you? David Moyes' Claret Blue Army?
I think I'll kind of echo Ray, and as much as I hate to admit it, no, I think he needs to earn his new contract. I mean, honestly, going into the season, I was fairly negative, and I wasn't expecting to pick up points till November like a lot of us. And he's done well so far. Granted, 2 of those wins were under Alan Irvine, not David Moyes, technically.
I'll give you a half thumb for that because I don't believe that philosophy, but I see the point. Carry on.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things that, I mean, even if David Moyes was having the full effect on the team and everything, which he may very well might have, at the same time, he was in quarantine and he was giving his orders through somebody else. And, I mean, if you look at the number of times that you see, I'm blanking on his name now because I just got off of work and I didn't prepare myself for this.
Fridays will get you, Cameron, believe me. I'm knackered by the time we get to here.
No, absolutely. But I mean, like, even the limited channels of communication that he had and everything, we still made late subs. We still did that, and the other thing and everything. So, I mean, is that Moyes or is that just West Ham or is that, I don't know where I'm going with this, honestly. So
we'll move on to Mark then. Mark, David Moyes' Claret and Blue Army.
Yeah. So the biggest. So contractually speaking, I mean, you can't say that it's his from a contract standpoint. I mean, I think a lot of people are expecting him to be gone. But I think he's absolutely earned it. I think it is his team. I think that this team is clearly playing for him. I don't remember the last time I've seen this team play so hard, work together so much, and I mean, they're just it's a feeling that I don't think I've ever felt before, quite honestly. And it's so weird and it sounds kind of whatever, but like watching them play when they were down 3-0, I expected them to be like, well, pack it up, let's get this shit over with and get the hell out of here. And they didn't. They did the exact opposite. I mean, they just went harder. So I think that is from Moyes. I think Moyes has the team's respect, and I think this team is going to go to bat for Moyes to get that new contract. I think they want him to stick around. So for those reasons, and not to mention the performance that we've had this season has been pretty great. I think we only have one. We had one shitty game, maybe 2, but I think he's done a great job with the squad. I think the squad responds to him. I think they respect him, and I think most importantly they play for him and they want to play for him. So I would say yes, this is his team, and contractually, I think he's earned it to be his team.
Yeah, I think we're all hoping he does really well at this point. Even agree or disagree with his management philosophy, but I think it's very visual, the results that you're seeing in the players and what they're doing and how hard they're working. And even if we don't necessarily agree with his style, we agree with his substance, I guess, is what I would go to. Let's keep it one last one before halftime. We'll keep it on the Spurs theme. Let's talk Italian food. Hashtag #LasagnaGate. So you're at an Italian restaurant of your choosing. Maybe you're on a date night, or maybe you're with a significant other. Maybe you've brought your pets. Who knows? What are you having? Tell me why it's the best choice in that restaurant. I mean, every Italian restaurant's got basically the same menu. So tell me, what are you having at the Italian restaurant? Sell it to me, because I want to have it too. Mark, I'm coming to you first.
Okay. So there's only one correct order.
That's a bold statement.
I'll share that with you.
Ooh.
You start off with the loaf of bread. You might get 2, but you don't eat the loaf of bread. You can't eat it yet because you have to wait for the mussels and red sauce to come out. Then you got the bread, you got the mussels and red sauce. You eat the mussels, you're dipping in the red sauce. All right. Now you have your chicken parm side of pasta come out. You're eating the chicken parm, you're eating the pasta. Once you're done that, your full meal. Then you move on to your cannoli, and that's your meal. Why are you getting the chicken parm and the pasta and the cannoli? Because it's the staple of Italian food. It's just all carbs. You got to carb up, got a carb load. You got your sauces, your breaded chicken, your pasta. That is the definition of Italy. And I know this because I married an Italian woman. So that is the order when you go out to an Italian restaurant, and there is no other correct answer.
Mark, you're a devil there, saving the bread, because I always fill up on that stuff, and I pay for it every time, and I know I'm going to do it. Cameron, Italian food in Richmond, tell me about it.
So not only Italian food in Richmond, but as a former classically trained chef, and I have the tattoos to prove it. Porchetta, which if you don't know is a stuffed rolled Italian pork loin with all the spices and seasonings that you can think of. It can be served with red sauce. It can be served with literally anything. It is the crowning dish of Italian cuisine, and it is absolutely fantastic. And anybody that says otherwise hasn't butchered a pig.
That is a fantastic answer. Decadent. And I can see Becky sweating back there in the green room, just in case you were wondering, with just a mention of porchetta. Got her. Ray, give me what's the Liverpool Italian? What class are we getting?
Well, this is Liverpool, remember? So, like, it's not top quality like the boys below.
Fettuccine Alfredo.
So, for me, it is a pot of olives to start off with some bread with some tomatoes on it. I don't know what they call it. Whatever that is. At least he got me a thumbs up. And then, like, it's either a tagliatelle with some bolognese, some sauce on it, and then afterwards with some cheese and biscuits. That's about it.
Cheese and biscuits. Oh God, Ray, your choice of some sauce on it really, I think, wins the day on that one. Becky, what Italian are you having? This was Becky's question, everybody, just so you know.
Yeah.
So we expect you to come through.
See, this is posh Becky. So.
Can we not? That's a markdown. So okay, for me, I first had this when I went to Rome, and it was a carbonara, and it was just so a real carbonara has no cream. It's just 2 melted cheeses, and I love and just pork. It was just the best. So for me, it's always
and a bit of egg yolk,
a little bit, but yeah, just carbonara for me always. And Ray, bruschetta is the bread and tomato thing you were thinking of.
I will forever call it bread and tomatoes now.
Italian restaurant. Bread and tomato.
Have the bread and toms, please.
That's what I do when I order it. Hey, bring some bread and tomatoes, mate. Come on, get a bit of peckish here, mate.
Oh my God, Becky, please tell me he's in last place. Well, what's the scores?
Do you know what? He isn't. So I'll start with Ray. Ray is on 9. Shocking. Mark is on 9, and I'm sorry, Cameron, it's 6.5 because John threw in a cheeky half.
I didn't throw in half. It was just
Fair enough.
Oh, Cameron, thank you so much for joining us. I know you came in last minute. Please either stick around in the green room or jump into the chat room there and raise some hell. We're going to get into the second half of the show here. Becky will bring you back at full time. Hopefully, it won't be about Italian food. Maybe we'll have something else. Who knows? Let's get into it. A couple questions left. So, looking ahead, we've looked behind. Let's look ahead. Ryan Fredericks, we all remember him. He's on his way back from injury, but has Soufal done enough to keep his place? So what do we think? Fredericks, does he step right back into the team, Mark?
No, because I think he's terrible. So I don't want him to play ever. So I feel like Soufal could have done. It was nearly impossible for him to not win the starting position because he had to do so little just to be better than Fredericks. So for me, there's no way that he's starting right away, barring an injury.
You are lucky Wally is not here. That's his favorite player, Ray.
Oh my God! Don't even get me started. It's I don't even Wally with nonsense.
So I agree, and the reason why is I think Soufal's done a really good job, and I really like him. Like he got us a goal back. That whip cross against Spurs, fantastic. And the first game that he played for us, I loved the way that he was tracking back, and he just cut across. Like when I see when I see Fredericks, he stays in his sort of line of back and forth, where Soufal crossed through the two central defenders to tackle the guy on the left-hand side and push him out. I thought that was fantastic, and you can see the work rate was in there. What I actually do see is that him and Fredericks are going to be pushing each other to get ahead of each other. So I love the competition in that position. So I think if we do get an injury, or if we do get a little bit of a slow performance, Frederick can jump straight back in. But he's got to wait for his time, Soufal come in, done a great job. For Fredericks beforehand, done a fantastic job as well. I was ready to write him off at the beginning of the season, but he actually started the season really good and really strong. We don't beat teams like Leicester, we don't beat teams like Wolves for the fun of it, and we've got two good right backs there playing a good, not fantastic. And would I like to see him an improved signing? But I think that's going to be a good enough job for this season, and I really like. They're dogmatic, and Ben Johnson's got a lot to learn, and if he can push through both of them, we've got a fantastic right back situation.
How the fuck did we just get to Ben Johnson from that? Mark, don't let him beat you from talking too much. You got to shut him down, man. Jump in on him.
He's going on and on. He started bringing up Ben Johnson, and then he might start screaming at me about bread and tomatoes. I don't know, man. I don't want to get in the way of that.
Biscuits.
It is quality viewing. I think you guys are being a bit harsh on Fredericks. Before he got injured, he had the second most assists in the whole league. I think he could be in contention. I don't know, but it is good to have those options. So moving on. Yeah. City and Liverpool. That's the next two matches that we have. Fucking only West Ham, right? So have them back to back. Should we be optimistic or should we be realistic, Ray?
Optimistic. I quite like the fact that I don't think Man City have not got the fear factor as a team as what they've had in the last couple of seasons. I don't fear them as much. I went to the Man City West Ham last season, and I jumped in a taxi with a couple of Man City fans. They're really down to earth, really nice people, and we were just talking. And I was like, you've got all this money, you've got all these fantastic players. Kevin De Bruyne, if he turns up, well, he always turns up anyway. He's going to smash us into next week. But now this season, I feel like we are, we can actually get a point, or we can actually do something, because I think we've got the Leicester, the Wolves, the Tottenham game, and we're buzzing. We are on cloud 9 at the moment. We are there. And I feel like we could get a cheeky draw out of the Man City game. And I really think that we can beat Liverpool. I'm hoping to God, consider I'm in Liverpool. I will be walking around like Vince fucking McMahon with my West Ham shit, getting all, whoa! Yeah! Come on, you Liverpool fans, where are you? I might even open up the bar just for that and get in trouble by the police. And just like, come on! Run man Liverpool with my top off like Tom. It would be amazing. But and again, with Van Dijk not being in the Liverpool team, they are not the same team. They are not the same. They're not that fear team that they are. Both teams have got a great front three, but their back is a bit dodgy.
Mark, so optimistic, realistic, and what wrestler are you going to dress up as if we beat Liverpool?
So I am optimistic, but having said that, I'm also not expecting to win either of those games. But what I mean is, just because I'm not expecting to win doesn't mean I don't expect them to play them extremely well and play them extremely competitively. Mm-hmm. If we get blown out, 3 or 4-0, that would be a shock to me. I'm not expecting that at all. I expect to get a point or two. If we don't, that's okay, as long as we play how we've played for the majority of the season and show up and make it a fucking game. I don't want to have to turn it off at halftime, like I did for about 20 minutes last week. So if they do come away with a win against either of those teams, I'll probably have to dress up like my favorite wrestler, walk around with the Rock with my little Speedo. I'd have to get a Brahma Bull tattoo like on my arms or something. Give people the eyebrow. Do something. Walk around. They smell what West Ham is cooking. I don't know.
So I gave Ray a thumb for a wrestler reference. I don't even follow wrestling myself, but if we do end up winning those games, you two need to do a video together with that celebration, and maybe bring Tom Athena in too. I'm sure he's used to getting his kit off by this point. So after the performances that we've had so far, right, what is a reasonable expectation for this team? What should their goals be? Is it a case of top half finishing a cup run? Is it top 8? Is it that we should only stay up? Like, what is your expectation level now, Mark?
We're so above, and this is crazy because if you watch the whatever videos that I was on American Hammer TV before the season started, and I was just like, we're getting relegated. Fuck this team. What's the point of even watching? It's a joke. Nothing had changed from last year to this year. So it was like, what the fuck? But whatever it is, and again, I chalk it up a lot to whatever Moyes has done to the team, but we're at a point right now where anything less than a top 10 finish is a disappointment for me. And I think their potential is top 8, but this season is kind of weird. Like if you look at the top of the table, I think Aston Villa is at the fucking top of the table right now. So and they just got blown out 3-0 by Leeds. But
yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah. But they this season has just been weird. And West Ham is playing extremely well. I think they could easily exceed their potential and hang with some of those bigger teams that are superior in talent. And they might catch fire and finish top 4, top 5. So I fully expect them to be able to finish in at worst top 10. I think their potential is top 8. And if they're able to sustain this for an entire season, they can play with anyone with how they're playing right now. They can play with anyone.
Ray's kind of nodding no there, Ray.
Because he's a negative.
I was nodding no to a Pickford shirt. I'm not wearing a Pickford shirt.
Oh.
In hell. Right, so I am very optimistic, and it is early in the season, and this happens to me every season. So, like last season, I was that optimistic with Addison and Yarmolenko that I put £100 bet on West Ham winning the league. that didn't work out well. So, but I am so optimistic. I think at this present time we have the opportunity, because this league, this whole coronavirus, this whole world is so crazy at the moment. We have the opportunity to finish in top 4 this season. It's crazy to think. That's where I think we need to be aiming for. It's like, let's not put any seeding barriers. Let's not top 10. No, thank you. Top 8. No, thank you. We want to be champions of the league. At this moment, we want to be in Champions League. We want to be there. We've got to be there. We've got to have them aims and goals as a team. Otherwise, what's the point of competing? We might as well just join the European League when that starts up. Maybe soon. I don't know. But at this moment, I can see it being that crazy that a random team like West Ham, Leeds, Aston Villa, even Leicester or Spurs get in that top 4 and, go through the I see West Ham being there. I really do at this time. Bar from a major injury to our centre midfield, I think we have got a top 6 team guaranteed. That's what I'm saying.
Bold.
Lay the smack down on that.
I think you're riding this high of this tie a little too much.
Bold statements from Ray. Listen, Ray, I hope all that works out. That would be fantastic. And there is a feeling about the way this year is kind of looking up. The league as a whole, it all seems vulnerable. City aren't formidable. You've said that. Liverpool, different team without Van Dijk, certainly. And maybe take their foot off the gas a little bit after actually winning the league last season. United are a bit shit. They're still a bit shit.
But they beat Paris Saint-Germain. How fucking fucked up is that?
I suppose they're saving it for midweek. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, why not? Why not, right? We should give it a good run, and we don't have European football, so hopefully we're a bit fresher. The fans aren't there, which could work in our favor because no game is really an away game. Let's see how it goes. Anyway, last question of the night. So everybody, I hope, saw the lovely reports coming out in the papers that Mikel Antonio is best mates with Pablo Fornals and he's learning Spanish so he can talk to his friend. He's such a good ambassador for the club, except when he's crashing Lamborghinis, but even then, he was going to fantastic. So I'm going to name an English-speaking member of the team. You tell me who is their foreign bromance. So essentially, what language are they learning, and what is the first sentence that they're going to learn in their bromance's native tongue? Is that clear for everybody?
Yeah,
and we'll get right into it. So, English-speaking player, the first one that I'm going to pick, and Mark, we'll start with you, and then we'll just alternate, is Mark Noble. So who is Mark Noble's bromance, and what is the first thing he's going to say in a foreign language?
I think I went with Fornals on this one. The reason that I went with Fornals is because obviously Noble is an older guy. He doesn't really want to move around too much anymore. He likes his little circle that he could stay in. So I think what he would like to learn is I'll take the next one, thank you. So he can just give Fornals the ball and just let Fornals do all the running around and all the playmaking. So I think he would like to learn, I'll get the next one, kind of like as a thank you. He just wants to hang out. He doesn't want to do it anymore. So I went with Fornals.
He doesn't want to do it anymore. Ray.
I don't want to do it anymore.
Well, I was quite upset because he did used to have a bromance with Declan Rice, and he was Irish, so we could have picked him, but he decided to change his nationality and become English, so we can't pick him anymore. So he can't learn any. So his bromance is going to be with Haller. See, he's a Canning Town boy who wants to learn some French loving so he can seduce the wife. So he's going to be learning, I like your lot.
Just going to babble at his wife?
Look at her face. Look at her face. Get out of here. Oh my.
So that's what he's going to So he's gonna find some French words to introduce his wife and make it a lovely.
Why has the French sentence got the word Mark Noble in it? He's selling his wife his own name.
Yeah. Maybe that's what Mark Noble does. I don't know. He might be like, hey, you want to
He's not Zlatan, Ray. He's Mark Noble.
Maybe that's what he's going for. He sees Zlatan do it, so he thought, yeah, I could do that too.
Oh my God. Next English speaking player, Ray, I'm coming to you first. Everybody's favorite, Ryan Fredericks. Ryan Fredericks.
Oh! So, Ryan Fredericks has to be. I'm still laughing over the French one, so I can't use the French one again. I've ruined it, and I fucked it up. I should have saved that. Who can he? It's got to be Snodgrass. I'm going to cheat and use Snodgrass, and he's got to be using the old Scottish. We lads, get back here, you Malenko. Get back, come defend,
lads. He's just winning likes on these absurd.
I know. That's how this game works. If you want facts,
you know what the fuck he's talking about. He's just doing an accent.
I know, and he's yet to pick a foreigner, which is the even better bit. I don't understand it. So far, he's been Declan Rice. Oh my God! Great stop, Mark.
I went with Sofal on this one, but I went with it for the kind of like keep your friends close, but your enemies closer type of thing. And I think once Fredericks realizes that he's never going to get on the pitch ever again, he wants to learn how to say "fuck you."
That is a fantastic answer. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Mark, I'm going to come to you. And this is Ryan Fredericks' best friend, Robert Snodgrass. Who was he bromancing with?
I went with Allaire on this one. Snodgrass just plays a phenomenal ball, and I can't think. Honestly, I mean, I'm sure he has, but I can't think of a single goal, a single header that Allaire has won or has scored on. So I feel like Snodgrass will want to scream at him to fucking jump since he's like 6'5". And just like win a fucking header.
Mark is bringing so much Philly anger. I love it. Oh my God, I love it. All right, Ray.
So Snodgrass. He has got. See, it's hard because he loves his own Scottish kind, so he loves the manager, and that's what he loves. But I can't pick him because he's not foreign, is he? So
there's only a few guys on the team that are foreign.
You've got a track record of not picking foreigners so far. Carry on.
Well, all right, I'm going to pick him. He looks up to the manager. He's going to go, "Here we, Daddy. I love you. Please pick me. Give me a new contract."
Why not? Why not? Ray, your Scottish accent's more Indian, mate.
I know, it's bad, isn't it? I can't do accent.
Oh, my God. Becky, I'm going to bring you in for the last question.
I've got tears in my eyes now. Is that
Ray,
hard? I just laugh.
It's coming to you, Ray. And then it's coming to you, Mark.
You Scottish lad, what are you doing?
What's that noise? What's that noise,
incredible. Ray, Kevin Nolan. Kevin Nolan, who's his bromance?
Right, so his bromance is with, I'm going to say Yarmolenko.
Your first foreigner, well done.
That could be 10 likes.
Where's the thumbs up? Come on, put it up. Put it up, Johnny. Put it.
No, you're going to give me the why. Give me the why.
I got a reason why I've run out of options.
Take one off, Becky. Take one off.
You can't do the accent. You can't do you saying an accent.
How does his accent go? I can't even do it.
I don't. You gotta Google it.
Come on, prospects. Give it a go. Come on, give your Yarmolenko accent.
No, I'm not here. I'm here to sparkle and take points. I'm here for nothing else, Ray. You can't deflect this onto me.
Please, I need help.
No.
You came so prepared. Mark, Kevin Nolan.
Yeah. When I saw this one, I was upset because I honestly don't really like my answer. I feel like it's kind of lame, but my first three were pretty good, so I'm okay with it. I had Sochek just because same positions, but you have the old guy and the young guy, and he would just want to be able to, sit him down and say, son, when I played, and ramble on about whatever the fuck he used to do. So that was my answer for that. Sorry, it wasn't any good.
No, it's all right. I think we've provided enough laughs there at the end between both of you. Becky, what do you think? Who would Mark Noble's bestie be? Not from the British Isles.
Ray is going to top what Ray did with his French accent for her. I'm not going to bother. Honestly, that's the best thing I've ever heard, and I reckon Brexit. To be fair, Brexit Noble, I don't know. I think he might stick. I think he might have stuck with Declan Rice.
Ooh la la la, ooh la la, Becky, ooh la.
I mean, I hope he's walking around right.
Well, like speaking about himself in the third person in French.
In a French accent. French accent. Just loves himself. Loves it.
Oh my God.
He's a lover.
Thanks. Close us out. How did these idiots do? Yeah, God.
It was extremely close. There was a single minute tonight. Ray got 19, but Mark got 20 tonight.
Oh, Mark. Well done, Mark. Well done.
Negative point, Ray.
Tim called it in the chat room. He said there may be Philly bias tonight, but it could just be because Ray didn't pick any foreigners. I don't know. It could be that. Let me do you lot back. Mark, we're going into a match tomorrow here in the States. Was it 7:30 in the morning at East Coast time? What do you have to say to the West Ham faithful coming up on a match against Man City? You said we were pretty optimistic before. You got a message for them that's going into their weekend? What do you want to share with us?
Yeah, I feel good. Set your alarm clocks. Do not, anyone who's in the States at least, do not sleep through this match. It's going to be a good one. I can promise you that. This team's going to come hard. They're going to come to play. I think it's going to be a 1-1, 2-1 game. That's how I see it shaking out. So regardless of the outcome over these next few games, do not lose hope on our boys. It's going to be a great finish. Top 8 at least is my projection. So just keep the faith no matter what happens over these next couple weeks.
Good stuff. Bring you all back. Ray, thank you so much. Becky, you make a fantastic Wally. We may have to have you around a bit more often.
Do you know what? I think if Wally just sorts out his sparkly notebook, I reckon he might do a good job of being me.
We'll have to get one sent over. Thanks, Fo. Look at that. Ray is just, he's got everybody with his French.
Thinking about that when we go to sleep tonight. We're all going to close our eyes, and it's going to be.
If we can sleep tonight,
we won't.
So I'm going to give you a little spoiler for Tuesday. Hammer the point.
Yes, please do.
I'm going to buy a French beanie. I'm going to buy a French beanie. I'm going to be oh la la, Raymond is here and Hammer the point.
See, that's not that bad.
That's not that bad. The thing you're looking for is a beret rather than a French beanie.
Oh my God. You know what?
I'll get a little French stick as well. Bring that on. Oh, some Gallica.
By stick, I think he means bread. Anyway, let's wrap it up. This has been fantastic. Mark, excellent work. Cameron, thank you so much for coming on. I don't see you in the back anymore. Ray, you're one of a kind, thankfully. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone in the chat room. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you come back. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Share, retweet, and all those fun things. We will see you next week for Night Likes. And come on, you irons.
Bonjour, bye-bye, gentlemen.
Come on, you irons.